Welcome to the Make It Personal podcast presented by Mutual of Omaha Advisors. Make it personal. It's your money. It's your plan. It's your future.
In our last 5 episodes of this podcast, we introduced our 7 principles for your success and then took a deep dive into each one. We started with Principle 1, your career, a growth engine to your success, as well as Principle 2, saving versus investing, know the difference. Principle 3, emotional wants and financial needs. And then Principle 4, protect your most important asset first, you and your family. Our next 3 episodes, including this one, are going to take a deeper dive into our remaining principles. As much as I welcome you to head back to the start of this series with episode 5 for an overview, and if you do, please click subscribe while you're there, it's not necessary for you to listen to that episode first. Now let's set the stage for today's episode. As we continue with Principle 5, retirement investing, it's personal and subject to change. I mean, who doesn't want to talk about retirement? It's arguably more fun than talking about death and life insurance. The first version of this principle was retirement investing, location matters. There's a lot of places where people seek financial advice or guidance on personal finance. Among the top are friends and family, financial websites, radio, TV, podcasts, books, newspapers, and magazines. The thing about personal finance is it's personal. If you want your plan to be personal, it has to be tailored to you. Social media and financial gurus tend to boilerplate and average everything or create steps or specific orders. As I've mentioned before, it's rare that you find an American whose specific scenario, goals, disposable income, family needs, and work situation fit perfectly in the order of those steps. Many people underestimate the money they'll need to enjoy a comfortable retirement, often overlooking the fact that today's retirement can last 30 years or more. As reported by the Society of Actuaries, the average life expectancy for a man reaching age 65 today is 87 years, while for a woman, it's 89 years. For a married couple reaching age 65, there's a strong likelihood that at least one partner will live to age 93. This extended lifespan raises an important question. How much money do you need to secure the rest of your life? While that's a simple question, the answer depends on several variables, such as, what age do you want to retire? Will you have a pension? When should you claim Social Security? How much income do you need to cover your essential expenses? How much do you need to cover your bigger wants? While many financial gurus advise maxing out your 401k, that may or may not be the best strategy for everyone. What if your 401k comes with high expenses, limited investment options, or it lacks an employer match? It's important to remember contributing to a 401k isn't just saving, it's investing, and it's long-term investing at that. When you invest in a 401k, you give up control, flexibility, and options until you reach retirement age. If you plan to retire early, you might need more accessible money in other locations to avoid penalties and maintain liquidity. Another critical consideration is whether you should contribute to a Roth or traditional 401k, or perhaps a blend of both. Each has different tax implications, and your choice should align with what your retirement goals and tax strategy are. How nervous are you about being retirement plan rich and cash poor? How concerned are you about the possibility of rising taxes in the future? Many of our gurus claim you'll likely be in a lower tax bracket in retirement, while others believe taxes will be higher due to mounting debts and unfunded government obligations. But how do they know what's true for you? Do you have a plan in place in case that isn't true? In real estate, they say it's location, location, location. The same tends to be true when it comes to giving yourself control, flexibility, and options when it comes to generating an income in retirement. Asset location is a personal finance strategy that involves placing investments in different types of accounts to maximize your after-tax returns. The goal is to reduce your overall tax liability and increase your investment returns. General rules may suffice earlier in your career when retirement seems far away, but as you reach the middle or end of your accumulation years, your money's location becomes even more crucial. There are valid reasons to have a mix of taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free options working together to help you to maximize your retirement income and keep you in control. This diversified approach can help you to better navigate the complexities of retirement planning, allowing you to tailor your strategy to your specific needs and goals. Asset location is not a one-time process. You need to regularly coordinate your assets to account for market changes, government regulations, and your evolving goals. And this is where a trusted advisor can help. Options for securing a comfortable retirement may include saving more, earning more on your investments, planning to spend less in retirement, or even delaying your retirement date. Some people may want to retire early and enjoy their golden years, and that's personal. Understanding where your money is located and how it's working for you is key to creating a retirement plan that meets your needs and gives you the flexibility and security to enjoy life on your terms. In episode 4 of this podcast, we explored whether or not a cheat code exists for retirement planning. What's a cheat code? Generally speaking, it's a secret command or code that can be used in a video game or computer program to gain an advantage. We then went on in an attempt to build out a cheat code for retirement planning by simply weaving together 3 primary simple rules of thumb, 10, 4, 80. 10 is in saving 10% of your pre-retirement income each year towards retirement. 4 as in spending no more than 4% of your accumulated retirement savings each year in retirement. And 80, which represents having enough assets or income sources in retirement to cover 80% of your pre-retirement earnings. 10-4-80 may be able to give you a start on a successful retirement plan, depending on your circumstances. Let's begin with 10. Some professionals tell us that in order to accomplish all of our future financial goals, we need to be saving between 10 and 20% of our incomes. What percentage of your monthly income are you currently committed to saving to help you pursue your financial goals? Saving 10% of your income may be a good starting point. A 10% savings rate, if you start early enough, let's say in your mid-20s, can help reduce the risk of running out of money in retirement. However, if you start saving later, you'll likely need to save more than 10% to retire comfortably. The amount or percentage you need to save for retirement depends on your individual circumstances and requires more personalized planning. Okay, let's move on to the 4 in our 10-4-80 cheat code. 4, as in withdraw no more than 4% from your retirement assets each year. This is commonly known as the 4% rule. This rule is often cited as a guideline for retirement withdrawals, suggesting you can safely withdraw 4% of your retirement savings each year without running out of money. Again, it's more of a rule of thumb. Your specific withdrawal rate could be higher or lower depending on your individual needs and where your retirement assets are held. The final part of our retirement planning cheat code was the 80 from 10-4-80. And that is having a plan in place or assets accumulated to replace 80% of your pre-retirement spending. What percent of your current income will you need in retirement? It depends. There's general agreement that a good rule of thumb for estimating your future spending is to multiply your current monthly spending by 70 to 80%. If that's less than the monthly amount your retirement funds have been forecast to produce, that's a good sign, but you may need to take it further than this. While the 80% rule is a good starting point, the actual percentage can vary considerably depending on individual circumstances. This rule of thumb is based on the fact that some major expenses drop after you retire, like commuting and retirement plan contributions. Of course, other expenses may go up, such as vacation travel and healthcare. We concluded that the concept of a retirement cheat code, while entertaining to consider, is inherently flawed and only modestly useful. The real cheat code to retirement planning is to find yourself a competent financial advisor who you can trust. Let's be real, retirement planning is complicated. Sure, you can pick up some pointers and even be entertained by relying on vloggers and so-called financial celebrities online. Factors such as your lifestyle, expenses, and types of accounts you have, taxable, tax-deferred, tax-free, will determine a strategy that's best for you. Do you have a strategy to diversify where your assets are held? Again, taxable, tax-deferred, tax-free. beyond simply diversifying the investments you choose. What does your vision for retirement look like? Will you rely on the 4% rule, or do you have a plan that may allow you to withdraw 5%, 6%, etc.? Bottom line, this stuff is complicated, but you don't have to do it alone. It may be worth your while to consult competent financial advice rather than rely on vloggers and financial celebrities online. Having a retirement plan involves much more than following generic canned advice you read on the internet or hear for a loved one. Of course, it's possible to go the do-it-yourself route, but you'll likely spend a significant amount of time and possibly money to learn everything you need to know, and even then, it's only going to get more complicated. Financial freedom may be closer than you think, especially if you live by these 7 principles to your financial success. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you may be on so that you can be alerted when new episodes are dropped. Beyond this, track yourself down a copy of our ebook that explores each of these 7 principles, which you can find in a link to the show notes on whatever platform you may be listening or watching from. At Mutual of Omaha Advisors, we understand personal finance is personal, and financial well-being is essential to achieving your life's goals. Our vision is for every customer to be able to imagine, plan, and secure their financial future. Make it personal. It's your money, it's your plan, it's your future.
This podcast is for educational purposes only and may include references to concepts that have legal and/or tax implications. Mutual of Omaha Investor Services, Inc. does not provide tax or legal advice. Please consult with the appropriate professional regarding your personal situation prior to making any financial decisions. Strategies discussed may not be suitable for everyone. Securities and advisory services offered through Mutual of Omaha Investor Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Mutual of Omaha Advisors is a division of Mutual of Omaha Insurance Company.